There are a few axioms going on in my head right now as I start this video. Things like, don't judge a book by its cover and first impressions are everything. Well, that's literally how I felt when I first opened these up. And it's funny how Samsung was able to hit all of those marks with a pair of wireless earbuds. This is Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? Here are my complaints and takeaways with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. Alright, so as per usual, there's a bit of a disclaimer with these complaints and takeaways videos. These are obviously my opinion, and these are all just thoughts that I had while using these products. These earbuds are just different. They provide a unique design, but they still provide the expectedly good audio experience. If that intrigues you, hit that like button and then subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this. Of course, I'm giving you my thoughts on the product itself, but sometimes the complaints and takeaways are just having a little bit of fun. Which brings me to my first complaint with these earbuds, and honestly, they should have just called them Galaxy Beans. This goes back to the whole axiom of first impressions are everything, because when the leaks were happening and you started to see what the shape of these earbuds were going to be, come on, you all had some sort of opinion. Whether negative or positive, you all had some sort of thought with the Galaxy Buds Live. And even with some of the reviews that you're seeing right now, including the one that I made over at Pocket Now, everyone is making some sort of remark about it. This is one of those situations that invites a company to not take things too seriously, and if they just came out with it and got on stage and said, these are the Galaxy Beans, oh my goodness, like that would make me buy them on the spot, because I think that's really funny, and it shows that Samsung, while creating a quality product, also knows to just have some fun. Because you know what? The different look and design of these earbuds actually works. Samsung makes a quality product here, and I'm actually quite surprised with the experience that I had with them after that first impression. The shape of these earbuds means that you can get it very securely in your ear, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw on the headbanger clip that you probably saw from the other review, but this was a significant test. I threw them in and I shook as hard as I could, and they did not move one bit. So yes, while we have so many earbuds that are out there that have that silicone tip that go into your ear canal, these don't have that, but they are even more secure than many of those. And as far as the shape of these earbuds is concerned, the reason why this is a takeaway is because, well, I have to credit Issa for this. She mentioned that there might be a stigma when it comes to hearing aid or hearing impaired products, and if these are going to look like hearing aids, well, maybe that's going to remove some of that stigma. So if anything, it's a great thing for these to look the way that they do, because if you compare them to hearing aids, well, hearing aids are supposed to be made for all-day comfort anyway, so this is actually drawing from a good place of inspiration. But I will admit that the design is not really my favorite, not necessarily the shape of the earbuds, but just the design of the actual drivers. You see, I'm a little bit of a bass-heavy listener, and I do prefer to have that little seal that goes into the ear canal because that's where you get some really good sound. Not to say these earbuds have bad sound, but an open design just usually means that you're not going to be quite as immersed into your content, and that's the reason why ANC is part of the equation here. The main thing that an open design earbud tends to miss is bass, low-end response, which means that you're not going to get the kind of bass in these that you can really feel inside your head. It's all there, you can still appreciate it, but it's just not going to be as booming as some other earbuds, especially the ones that have a seal. But to be fair, it's the open design earbuds, these especially, that you can actually wear for hours and hours on end. I took these out for a couple of really long sessions, one of them going from 100% battery all the way down to 0, and I was able to wear them for over 6 hours, which is very impressive. So in actually experiencing the open design in that manner, it made me realize that Samsung is prioritizing comfort. The open design, the bean shape, and even the type of active noise cancellation that Samsung have gone for are all for one specific purpose: to minimize the amount of discomfort that people generally have when it comes to using truly wireless earbuds. See, it's already one thing to have like a small case and to be worried that you're going to lose one of these earbuds at any given moment, but it's another thing entirely to have them in your ear, and even if they sound good, if they're uncomfortable, they're not going to be in your ear for long. If you're new to truly wireless earbuds, these are a great way of getting started because they're really light, they are incredibly secure, and they still have a lot of the features that many users would expect from higher-end truly wireless buds. It's just that some of those extra features are a little bit, let's say, soft. You see, active noise cancellation is a part of this package, and it's great that they have it available. You have to have both of the earbuds in, and then you can control them by either going into the application or by pressing and holding one of the earbuds. So just now I turned on ANC and I have no media playing. The hum of my desktop computer is basically eliminated, but I can hear myself pretty clearly still, aside from that 25% decrease because something's literally in my ear still. But the sensation of turning on ANC is pretty much null. You start to hear less of the low hums around you, but then the actual feeling of your ear remains the same. That's thanks to the vent, and that's also thanks to the open design of the earbud. You don't get the suction feeling that you would get from other active noise cancellation headphones, like big cans like this or other earbuds that I have enjoyed using and they have fantastic sound, but the sensation of actually wearing and using them is definitely different from these. So no, the active noise cancellation, or let's say active noise reduction is probably a better term to use. The ANC that Samsung have employed here are less about isolating you from everything that's around you. It's just more about helping you get a little bit more immersed in the media that you play once you hit the play button. I have said before that there are times when I would use ANC, like really good ANC, and not even play anything. That way I could get into a more meditative state. It's actually a nice tool to have if you just need to minimize the distractions around you and you need to do something like a meditation session. That's just not the case with the ANC on these. While they still have a little bit of that effectiveness, it's just not going to be as high as any other ones out there. The feature that I really feel like should have been turned up a bit more is Ambient Sound. In the application, there's a section called Labs, and you can turn on Ambient Sound. It allows for a tiny bit of sound to get through. That way it accompanies the bit of air that goes through the vents. That way your ears feel even more natural. See how much Samsung is prioritizing your comfort with these? So let's say you're like me and you tend to have one earbud in at most times. You can use either one of these, and they go for about 6 hours of battery life, so when one dies, just throw the other one in and you can continue with your media. But if you have one in, that means ANC is not part of the equation and you still get the benefits of the vent and also the open design. Add in that little bit of ambient sound and you can continue to hear everyone around you and even have conversations without any difficulty. Imagine if the ambient sound on these was actually like the ones from the Galaxy Buds Plus, where you can customize the level of ambient sound, or even amplify it if you wanted to. Because there are 3 microphones on here and they seem to work pretty well for things like video calls and just calling in general, imagine if those mics were put to work in order to make ambient sound that much better. That would further build upon what these earbuds seem to be designed for. Maximum comfort, good sound, but also all-day use. Now, I will get a little bit nitpicky here and add in a complaint that despite how convenient these earbuds are, there are a couple of extra conveniences that I feel like they could have added. The first is the case. The pairing methodology for these, if you're using a Samsung device, is really easy. You open up the case and you wait for your Samsung device to notice that they're there, you hit pair. But then if you're going to pair them to literally anything else, like a computer for example, you have to have both of them in and then hold both of them down until you hear the beeping. This is a common way of doing the pairing mode on any truly wireless earbud, but there are other ones out there that have a button on the case, like let's say the AirPods, where you hold the button with the earbuds in there and that's how you get them paired. It's just a little bit more convenient. The Wearable App actually gives you quite a few options, but you can only customize the press and hold feature rather than the taps. The reason why I say this is because if I have one earbud in, it would be nice to have a little bit more control over things like the volume, for example, because right now if you do a press and hold on the right earbud, that's increasing the volume rather than decreasing it, and it would be nice to have both of them covered. So those are just my main thoughts when it comes to these earbuds, but they did make me think in general about truly wireless audio in general and who's actually driving that market. Because there are so many companies that are making truly wireless earbuds, it seems as if it's just easy for most companies to jump into this space by developing their own version of a Bluetooth headset. But the actual features that end up being introduced into the market and then adopted by a lot of other companies tend to come from phone companies. And I know Apple's not just a phone company, but obviously the AirPods and now the AirPods Pro more recently were geared towards like the mobile user. And of course Samsung is creating now, this is their 3rd or 4th version of a truly wireless earbud, and these might be their most significant ones because they are the most accessible. At $169, Samsung is introducing certain features to the market that I said Apple did in their more premium AirPods Pro. Given how many iPhone users are out there, it became clear to me that all of their brand loyal users will probably scoop up the AirPods Pro and then suddenly realize what features like ambient sound and active noise cancellation can bring to their lives. In their own little way, Samsung have done the exact same thing. And I have to applaud the companies that really drive mobile innovation forward for still giving a lot of focus to truly wireless earbuds. Because there are a lot of them out there, I love plenty of them, and good sound is very much paramount for me. But it was with these, as you saw in this video, that I realized just how much comfort should be as much a focus as the sound. If you're not much of an audiophile and it's more important to you that you have a comfortable experience in terms of the feel of your ears, well, the Galaxy Buds Live really hit that. The line that I use there is, these earbuds are great for you if what these feel is even more important to you than what they hear. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video on that same note because it is my ultimate takeaway from these. I have to give credit to Samsung for actually creating a different type of earbud, kind of going left field with it, and for the most part, they managed to succeed once you realize what they were really focusing on. So keep that in mind if you're actually looking for truly wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. The fact that these are cheaper than many of their competitors should give you a glimpse into what kind of ANC you're getting. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for watching. Consider hitting that subscribe button so that you can stick around and see even more content. A lot of stuff is happening right now. And then you can get into the comment sections and let me know what you think about these Galaxy Buds Live. Especially if you got one, what are your complaints and takeaways? I appreciate all of you for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.